make things work. I realize that you got to get caught up on some certain things, and if you do that, it should make you much more enjoyable to be around. Because the last thing you want to do is go on vacation and be Mr. Grumpy Pants, right? And people don't want to be around you.
Mr. Grumpy Pants, right?
This is a kid-friendly show, Tom.
I know.
Jack.
No,
right.
You're right.
But it's the worst place to be. It makes it even worse. And it makes it to the point where the next time they go, they may say, hey, why don't you stay at home? Because they don't want to be around you. So they talked about it ahead of time, and they agreed that between, for them, they happened to be driving where they were going. So the wife was going to drive to let the husband take care of some stuff he wanted to take care of, both ways, right? But also they agreed in the morning, as Jack was alluding to in a prior segment here, they agreed to, he'd be up early in the morning and have a few hours in the morning to kind of take care of stuff. Now, what you discover about this stuff is when, whether you're traveling in the car or if you have those couple hours in the morning that are not, where you're by yourself, you're often much more productive and effective than you would be even staying at home or staying in the office, because
Certainly,
you're solely focused on getting those tasks done, and you're not going to be interrupted by things. And so it's amazing how productive you get, and you do get some stuff done, and so you feel pretty good. Usually it's enough to carry you through most of the day, where you can
find yourself
get it
going to
done.
the bathroom a lot and bring your phone with you.
That's right. You find ways to adjust or modify, right? So in their case, it went very well. They both got a chance. The husband got a chance to get some work done in the morning. The wife got caught up in some sleep, and they got to enjoy time together, but also time with their family, and not having to worry about all the stuff hanging over their head and kind of going away, and having to come back to where things were going to be worse off before they left. They came back, and things were actually, either they were as good or better than when they left, which is kind of all you can hope for when you go on a vacation, right? It's you're trying to get caught up on things, but for them, it was very, very key from their standpoint to make sure that they made the agreement before they left, and then just as important, they stuck to the agreement.
That's the big deal. That's right. That's sticking to that agreement.
Right.
That's if you do break it, you gotta sneak. You have to sneak, unfortunately, but try not to break it. And I'm just wondering how many of our small business owner listeners have experienced this, and how they came through it. In the early going, the first several years, a lot of mistakes are made, and a lot of ill feeling, and it's almost like swearing off, I'm never going to take a vacation again. But you mellow. 12 months has a way of mellowing you, and hey, it's time for a break. At least one of you decides that, and you get better at it. You actually get better at it. You finally conclude, look, if I'm going to do this, I might as well make something out of it. But your organization has to be improving along the way so you can ultimately do this and enjoy yourself.
Well, yeah, it's usually done with the best of intentions. Again, we always make the mindset of the job versus the owner. And I remember this when I was a very young kid, where my dad would spend the first thing in the morning, he'd be calling in, to see how things were going, or make a few phone calls and that. But when it came to the afternoon or late morning, he was ours, and that's just how things were. And I recall going on vacation when our kids were very, very young, and my sister-in-law, who's more of a job person, didn't quite understand why I was checking emails and doing my things, right? Well, I said, look, I'm happy to spend 10, 15 minutes on something. And for this particular case, it happened to be a potential client wanted to get a couple of references on us, right? And so I spent 15 minutes kind of getting that set up and getting it handed off. And this has been a client of ours now going on 10 years. So why wouldn't I spend 15 minutes when I'm on vacation trying to help do what helps to fund the vacation,
That's
which is to help make sure that
very understandable.
Things are going, versus putting a hard line in the sand and saying, no, I'm not going to do it. So part of it, as I said, a couple things. One is to make the agreement and then stick to it. Number two is don't pretend you're not going to work. So Jack's talking about going off here and sneaking into the bathroom and this kind of stuff. Don't be ashamed of stuff. Don't pretend it's not going to happen. So that's true for both the owner as well as the spouse. Don't pretend it's not going to happen.
No, wait, it depends on the spouse's disc style.
Well, most of them are still going to be doing some work.
Your spouse will carry a snit.
Yeah, well, that's why you want to talk about it.
Okay, go on.
So don't pretend it's not going to happen. And then do make sure you take some time to unplug and enjoy it. You're there, so, take some time to unplug for a little bit. Leave the phone in the condo, leave it somewhere, and get away for a couple hours. Trust me, it's very healthy to be able to kind of do that. All right. So make sure you learn how to take a vacation. It's one of the things that as you start to mature as an owner, it's a great thing to start to kind of get into. And it's very important to be able to do, but do it in the right way, and make sure your spouse is intricately involved with it. So make sure that it's done and it has the positive impact you're both looking for. All right.